We are clear that the Health Board did not mention the decision not to follow Scottish Government guidance on ventilation in the wards of the hospital, what we've called the agreed ventilation derogation, in its full business case. That meant that when the procurement was approved by Cabinet in December 2010, the Scottish Government did not know of that significant derogation. And moving forward to the opening of the hospital, as far as the evidence shows, the government were then still unaware of the agreed ventilation derogation and were not told of the DMA Canium L8 risk assessment from that year until 2018. The effect is, of course, that the limited size Estates and Facilities team, which is already too small, is placed under a higher degree of pressure. Now, in our submission, it's a reasonable inference to think that putting that small estates team under a higher degree of pressure before opening, which of course is the time when the DMA Canium report is being finalised, may well have had an impact on the well-described failure to act on its recommendations and escalate it within the organisation. But the pressure was to open as scheduled. And that pressure was, as far as we can tell, not made by people who knew about the ventilation derogation and the other deficiencies. For the simple reason that by 2015, outside the project team, people didn't appear to really know. The next question that I raise is, what was the effect of the lack of a change control process, and how did that oversight happen? In the contract it signed, the Chief Executive, Mr. Calderwood, signed, on the 18th of December 2009, NHS GGC agreed to an agreed ventilation derogation, which reduced the amount of air being supplied to most of the rooms in the hospital to less than half that required by the draft Scottish guidance that the Health Board had decided to apply to the project. There was an earlier decision to remove what was called the maximum temperature variant, and this was issued to contractors on the 20th of July 2009 as part of the competitive dialogue process. The decision to remove the variant can be found in Bundle 43, Volume 6, Document 32.1, page 603. The effect of the removal was to limit the maximum temperature inside the hospital broadly to 26 degrees, rather than the 28 degrees set down in the government guidance. And it made it impossible to achieve 6 air changes per hour in the wards, as required by the same government guidance.